All right, all right. Welcome to another episode of the Empowerment School, where we're making empowerment a daily habit. Get schooled in empowerment tools. This is the show where I teach you the art and science of empowerment step by step. All right, guys, this is Monish again, your host, coach, and friend. And today what we're going to be talking about is how to build confidence using a technique called the Circle of Excellence. Okay. Now, the thing is, a lot of times we can't really admit, oh man, I could use some more confidence. But when situations arise, we'll notice that, oh man, that confidence state could really help me. So let me give you an example. Obviously, this is not us. This is just someone named Bobby. All right. So meet Bobby, right? Bobby is going to be on stage and he needs to sort of present in front of 50 people for work. Okay. Now, he's freaking out, though. Even the thought of it actually freaks Bobby out. And in fact, Bobby in the past may not have done such a great job speaking to a large audience. And 50 people, oh my God, that's a huge audience. So what's going on? How can Bobby sort of be confident and sort of calm down or relax about his upcoming speech, right? Obviously, he can practice, but how does he get rid of that anxiety? Sometimes practice doesn't really help. How can he deal with the negative emotions? Okay, so this is the thing, right? A lot of times we feel some negative emotions, and those negative emotions drive us. They cause us to sweat. They cause us to worry. They give us so many problems. It's not enough that he has to go speak, but he has to actually prepare, and weeks ahead, he's going to feel these negative emotions, okay? What's going on, right? Let's talk about Bobby and how he can be more confident in the moment. You might have similar situations where you would like to be more confident. We're going to teach you how to sort of program that into yourself. So the Circle of Excellence, what is it, right? Circle of Excellence is an NLP technique for programming a resource state when needed. NLP is called Neuro-Linguistic Programming. It's what I am trained in, I guess. Just don't worry about it too much. It's very technical, but it's all about the subconscious mind. How can you work with how our mind works and reprogram ourselves and all this nerdy, geeky stuff. So just don't worry about it too much, but it's a really cool technique I'm going to share with you. And it's a technique for changing emotional triggers, right? A lot of times the thought of something triggers that anxiety, okay? The Circle of Excellence, I definitely want to give credit to the people that invented stuff like this. This is from John Grinder and Judith de Lauzière. Okay, hopefully I'm saying their name right. But John Grinder was the founder of NLP. These guys deserve much kudos. And if it's someone else who came up with this technique, let me know. This technique is pretty general. If you take any NLP class, they teach it to you. So I'm not worrying too much about actually sharing this. It's not like magic or anything like that, but it will feel like magic, and it will solve your issues. So let's talk a little bit about the subconscious mind, right? The subconscious mind, we have kind of two minds. We have the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. It's like, there's two things in my head. Your subconscious mind, a lot of times people don't understand it. You know, they think, oh, it's hypnosis and magic or something like that. Just understand this, okay? You don't need to start falling into that weirdness about the subconscious mind, but know that you can program it. And the subconscious mind, you've probably heard this before, it just can't tell the difference between real practice and imagined practice. So if you sort of like, I've heard this before, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but I've heard, if they put like some sort of electrodes, they put something in your head to test the waves. Obviously, I'm not in the medical profession, thank God, but they can basically tell that, hey, if you imagine something and versus experience it, the same sort of neurons fire off. It's pretty nuts, man. So look, real practice and imagined practice are the same. So look, if you imagine you're actually on stage and all this stuff and do some of this technique, it's going to help you a lot, right? And also, this is a good technique for building confidence and getting control over your emotional states. Okay, I don't ever want you to say, oh, that's the way I am, or, oh, that's just my emotions, right? Monish, I'm just emo. Right? No, man. You are empowered, right? Your emotions don't run you. You control your emotions, all right? So let's go into the steps of actually the Circle of Excellence technique. It's super easy. It takes about 3 to 5 minutes. Super easy, all right? Step 1, okay? Imagine a time when you were feeling very confident, okay? Get into that state. So Bobby could imagine a time when, I don't know, he was in front of a class and he was teaching and he felt so confident in whatever he was teaching that he was just like, oh, This is a great feeling to be able to teach this and everybody got so much value from it. Whatever it is, get back into that state. Relive it completely. Okay? And I want you to get very into that moment. Pause, breathe. Think about that time when you were really confident. What were you doing? Who was around you? How did you feel? What did you look like? What could you hear? What could you see? Okay? Was your pictures colorful, right? Where were you standing? Get really into that. Okay? At your peak, right? When you feel that state of confidence, okay? Take the moment, breathe it in. Get in that state. I want you to imagine there's a circle on the floor around your feet, okay? You can close your eyes, do this thing. Imagine there's a circle around your feet, okay? And get back into state. And you can even do a gesture, okay? You could do like a fist pump or anything like that. But you're just in the circle. You can chill there. You could do a gesture. It's what they call anchoring, right? You're just really anchoring that emotion in that circle, okay? And the gesture really helps too, okay? So step 2. Okay, when the feeling of confidence fades, right? You're going to go through this peak. You can really experience it. And just when you're like, oh, I can't feel any more of this confidence. Okay, when that confidence feeling fades, step outside of the circle. Okay, take a step back. Great. That's awesome. Step 3. Now pick a time and a place where you like to have that feeling of confidence, right? So for example, for Bobby, he might think about, oh, well, hey, I would like to be confident when I go to that team meeting and I get on stage, right? But consider any triggers, okay? Get clear where you want to be more confident, okay? So this is the thing. A lot of times when we think about an incident, if you want to think about an incident very clearly, when we feel that fear and anxiety, it's usually some moment right before something happens, right? So for Bobby, it might be that he might think about it and be like, dude, I feel the most anxiety in those moments right before I'm going to stage. So I can like see the stage and the stairs, and that really triggers all the emotions. That's where the negative emotions are. And then when I'm on stage, maybe it's better, maybe it's worse, but I know those feelings, negative feelings, start right when I see that stage. So imagine that, right? And pick a time and place where you like to have the feelings of confidence. You don't need to imagine it, sorry. You just need to pick a time and place, okay? Right before your event or whatever it is you want to build confidence into, okay? So again, you're outside of the circle. Step 4, step into your circle, okay? Hey, and also let me just tell you, I'm going to be repeating these steps in the end, so don't worry about it too much. Just follow along with me if you can. Step back into your circle, okay? And recall your trigger, right? The thing, maybe looking at the stairs, and imagine the event with your confident feelings available to you, okay? This is called linking, more nerd lingo for you. This is called linking, okay? I'm basically linking my confident feelings to that trigger, okay? Such technical words, guys. But just basically this, look, you get back into the circle, you just imagine looking at the stairs, but this time you have those confident feelings when you're looking at the stairs. And in fact, this is the cool thing, right? There might be some new learnings from this entire experience. When you're doing that, you might see the world a little bit differently. You might find yourself relaxing. You might find yourself like breathing a little bit softer, or that image doesn't become so intense, okay? So just pay attention to any learnings that may come up when you do this, all right? Step 5, step back outside of the circle, okay? This is the step where you actually test if this whole exercise worked or if Manish was full of baloney, all right? So this is where you step back outside of the circle. Now think of a time and place where you'd like to be more confident, okay? Again, it could be that same scenario, right? So think of that, right? And notice if any old feelings are now replaced with confident feelings. Okay, you might try this and be like, Manish, this totally did not work for me. That's okay, right? So what we're going to do is we want to just check, okay, if I'm outside of the circle now, if I think about that event, is it replaced with some new things, right? Am I breathing just like I was inside the circle? Is that carrying over? Are those two things, I said linking, right? So this is the thing, right? You want to retry this and go through the steps over and over again until you can think about that event and not have those negative feelings. And the funny thing is when you keep on doing this, you may be like kind of tired of it, but like when you think of the event, it no longer bothers you. You're like, okay, yeah, no big deal. But this is the thing, right? You might even think that this didn't work, but the subconscious mind works in funny ways, all right? It's going to work. It's actually going to sort of going through this process. It's like building a muscle, okay? You try it, and boom, you got it, and you're like, oh, no big deal, right? The money issue didn't work. But it did work. You're not anxious anymore when you think about it, right? So you want to be in touch with your feelings about it and go through the steps again and again. It only took like 2 minutes to go through this, all right? 2 minutes and you can become more confident. Isn't that worth it? 2 minutes and you're not freaking out. See, this is the thing. You've got to start doing these things and be proactive in your life. We had an episode on proactivity. Go check that out. I think that was episode 3, maybe 3, 2, something like that. I'll link it in the notes over here on the blog. Again, in review, step number 1, imagine a time where you're feeling very confident, okay? Imagine a circle around you and get back into your confident state. Just imagine being really confident in a circle around you. And when you're at that peak, step number 2, when you reach the peak and feeling confident, step outside of the circle, right? So you've felt the peak and then you feel like, okay, I can't be any more confident in this. Step outside the circle. 1 step back. Step 3, imagine an event where you need more confidence, okay? So you can think of, for Bobby, going to the stage, seeing the stage, figure out any triggers, okay? What actually causes, what's the beginning of that anxious feeling? There must be a picture associated with it. There must be something that you see or feel, or somebody says something that triggers that sort of feeling. It's the start of the feelings, okay? That's a trigger. Step 4, step back into the circle, okay? And now imagine your event with confidence. So imagine the event so think of that trigger again, looking at the stairs. Someone says something. Imagine that, but this time have those confident feelings, okay? Bring those back. You're back in the circle. It should link, okay? This is all about linking, okay? Step number 5, step outside of the circle and test, okay? If there's still any negative emotions, repeat 1 through 4. If you're saying, oh, it doesn't work, try it again. Oh, it doesn't work, try it again. Finally, if you think about the event and you're not feeling negative emotions, it might have already disappeared. Okay, try it again tomorrow. It takes like a minute or 2, dude. It doesn't take a lot of time. Be proactive, okay? I've got some more tips for you. Actually, I wasn't even expecting this, but you can add more resourceful states to the circle. Oh yeah, this is a good one, right? So you could actually say, instead of being more confident, you could do the same circle of excellence. You could do it with another feeling. Okay, well, I want to feel creative, or hey, I want to feel present in the moment, or hey, I want to feel, at ease, something like that. You can add any resourceful state you want. I want to feel happy. Okay, I don't want to feel sad about that situation. Anytime I think about that thing, I want to feel happy. Okay, another tip for you: the resource state should be stronger than the unresourceful state, so they collapse. Okay, so actually this was kind of a caveat. I wish I mentioned this earlier, but look, dude, you want to be confident, right? So you imagine being confident, and that feeling of confidence is really powerful. And then you think of that unresourceful state, right? The anxiety or anxious feelings and nervousness that comes up when you think about going on stage, right? But that strong, confident feeling should be stronger than your anxious feelings, right? So if you're trying to get resourceful and be like, okay, well, I'm trying to think of when I was really confident, all you think about is the time you took the garbage out. You're like, yeah, I accomplished that. That's not strong enough, man. Go rethink of something. Think of something that's really, really strong where you're like, oh man, I'm a badass. I'm so cool. Okay. And that needs to be stronger than your anxious little feeling. Okay. Great. Those are 2 tips. Thank you so much for listening today. I hope you got something out of it. It's a very easy technique. If you do this over and over again, you're going to build a muscle. I appreciate you listening in and watching the video. If you want to get more videos, go to www.theempowermentschool.com. That's www.theempowermentschool.com. I'm your host. I'm your friend. This is Monish. And until next time, stay empowered.